Hi and welcome to this week's show of Ref Lounge. Myself, Simon Hull, joined by Mr. Keith Hackett, former head of PGMOL, and got quite a few good things to discuss this week and some great educational points. Okay, we're going to start with the Friday night game between Sheff Utd and West Ham Utd.
Yeah.
And the fact that a lot of criticism from fans has gone towards Michael Oliver and VAR.
Totally wrong.
Totally wrong.
I mean, first of all, I want to say, in terms of this law, it's an absolute nonsense. But we're not the lawmakers. We, as referees, have to apply the law. So Michael Oliver had no chance of seeing this. This is what VAR is about. VAR reviews what is an outstanding goal and then spots Chris Kavanagh in the place at Stockley Park suddenly says, quite rightly, this is a goal that should be ruled out because of accidental handball as in the build-up to play as the goal is scored. So that's the law. They have to apply it. They applied it correctly. And by the way, are we right to continue to say that Michael Oliver is our number one? Because he does make the game look easy.
He is making the game look easy. Now, for fans out there, it's IFAB that make the laws of the game, and they meet next month. So they're meeting in February, and one of the things on the agenda will actually be this law, because what they do each and every year is they'll write new laws, but then they'll have a review. So I've got no doubt that this law will be reviewed. But we've actually got the wording on here, so if I actually do that, I can actually make that bigger on there, and it is very, very clear on the handling of the ball. if it literally gains possession, control of the ball after it has touched their hand or arm, and then scores in the opponent's goal, creates a goal scoring opportunity, scores in the opponent's goal directly from their hand or arm, even if accidental, including by the goalkeeper. So there you go. Okay, you have it. From there, it is the laws of the game. Michael Oliver, outstanding. VAR, this is exactly why it was brought in, because he wouldn't have seen it in normal time. IFAB make the laws. Hopefully February we'll start getting news about the new law.
I want to come in on this because this law, I watch a lot of grassroots football, and this law has made it very, very difficult for our junior referees, and even those referees that are at 4 and 5. It's instances now where when the ball accidentally strikes a defender, we're getting appeals for handball. Of course, this is the law, treats the defender differently than the attacker. That's what I really don't like about this law.
As a grassroots ref, I can tell you there's more appeals for handball than ever.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think that's the same across the country, because it really is, it's endless.
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm against this particular law. I normally accept them and then expect them to be absorbed and involved in the game, in the process, but when we see goals like that ruled out, it really is a nonsense.
Brilliant, thank you. Okay, moving on to the Chelsea game. Okay, this was refereed by Kevin Friend, and there were a few interesting points on here, and I just wanted to explain a couple with Keith's knowledge, because obviously it's way ahead of mine, on why some things are given and some things aren't. Now, I want to hit on this particular one on here, because I saw this, and I saw it in real time, and as Kevin has on there. Now, he's jumped up for the ball, his eyes are on the ball, he's gone up, the Burnley player has made zero attempt to get off the ground, nothing, not even moved. If anything, he's moved his backside backwards. Yeah, but the foul was given the other way.
I think Kevin Friend got it wrong. I mean, I think he was committing the offence. I believe he did back up a little bit.
Yeah.
And in doing so, he had no chance.
Yeah.
He committed for the ball. You're right, his eyes were on the ball. Poor decision by the referee.
Yeah, I did. I queried that one. This is another one. This is quite an interesting one, this one, because this is Adoy's goal, okay, and there is a gap on there, because if it's headed on, now I refereed on Thursday night where the assistant put the flag up, the player was going in for the ball, completely misses it, goes to the person that was onside, who puts in the back of the net, and I automatically got a scream of the fact that no, they're active because they've gone for the ball. Well, here you can see active, completely gone for the ball, missed it, straight through to Adoy, who was on an onside position when the ball was played. Yeah. He scores. Again, that's a good decision.
I think this is where VAR earns its money.
Yes.
Because they clearly did a VAR check on it. It's pressure on the VAR to make certain if there's real contact there wasn't. As a consequence, the goal was allowed. Good decision.
On that one. Right, now I'm going to ask you why VAR didn't come in for this goal on here. Now, it was great afterwards because they did accept a mistake by the keeper and stuff. You know, still had to defend it. But I've spoke about it in the past. Your joint of your elbow, you can do that. I'm happy with that on a football pitch. But if I see them elbows, if I see that joint move, it's a push.
That was a push.
It is a push.
That was a push. It should have been penalised. Yeah. It should have been seen by the referee. He got away with it. And it's, you know, this is back to this whole scenario of challenges, upper body challenges in the penalty area going missed by referees, both at senior level, and don't blame just the professional referees here, because I do watch a lot of grassroots football. It's taking place, a lot of upper body fouls taking place and going unpunished. So referees just keep an eye on it.
Upper body fouls for that. Okay.